great Madden 24 passing scheme that is full of glitchy routes that will get you easy one-play touchdowns, easy two-point conversions, and is very, very hard to stop if that is exactly what you're looking for. Relax. I got you. This new great passing scheme is out of the gun bunch formation, and the plays are corner out dig in these playbooks, verticals in these playbooks, mesh spot in the playbooks shown right here, and bench pivot, a great red zone 2-point conversion play and can be ran on the field regular in these playbooks. Let's get into the breakdown, guys. Player setup. You want your best running back in the backfield. You also want your best receiver, best deep route running receiver at the top of the bunch. You want your fastest receiver in your lineup on this single outside receiver spot. And lastly, your best tight end and your second best route running receiver at the outside of the bunch spot. First play we'll go over is the great corner out dig. This is a very, very glitchy play. That post route towards the sideline beats zone and man. I'll show you two great setups against random defenses where you can score easy one-play touchdowns. Okay, our first setup is going to be streak X, drag square, check and release, triangle. Streak X, drag square, check and release, triangle. Your reads are circle, R1, square, going to the right. Okay, circle. As long as you got a good route running right there, you'll pick up a lot of yards. Now you'll see, depending on what type of zones they're playing or if they're playing man defense, you'll see that that R1 route is going to be open most of the time, okay? That one was a little bit tight, but don't worry. I'll show you how it gets open. Right here, this is a zone. This is more like it. That's more like Justin Fields. Although he played a great game today. Man. Anyway, look at this R1. Look at this R1 easy one-play touchdown, guys. Real simple reads. All we're doing is streaking X, dragging, check and release, drag square, check and release, triangle. Circle, circle. And then I'll show you, you do have that drag coming across the field that gets open against mostly everything. Right here, if everything else is covered, you do have this drag. But I really like that post route towards the sideline. Quick setup. Look at that. I don't care what type of defense they're in, as long as that X pulls that guy back, pulls that safety back. Look at X taking him back right here. And in this right here, as long as you got a good route runner, you can get that ball out there. That route cooks everything. That's the first setup, guys. Let's go into the second setup. Okay, right here is the second setup. When we have press defense, any type of press defense, I'm going to streak my square receiver. And my reads are going to be after I slant X and out route to the left triangle. My reads are going to be square, X, and triangle. Okay? And look at, as long as you have a fast receiver right there, that's another easy one-play touchdown. Okay? Whenever they're pressed or if it's man defense, easy as that. Right here, we have another one. Let's block the running back this time because I think they're blitzing, and let's streak square. So our reads are just going to be square and X. Okay? We can get him again. Oh, jeez Louise. I did block the running back, didn't I? Okay, they're just doing a lot of blitzes. Let's check and release them this time, and then let's slant X. We're looking for square. Single one-on-one. He's faster than that guy. This right here could be a cover one or a cover, what's the name? We can check and release instead of streaking. Instead of out routing to the left, let's check and release. And let's look for square and then X. Square, burnt you. As long as he's fast. I'm running with a Jesus Christ. Okay, that's the setup right there. And you just to pick your yards up. Just pick your yards up. Dink and dunk. Don't go downfield unless you have to. Right here. Nice little blitz. Let's check and release. And then let's slant X. I'm looking for square to be an easy one-play touchdown because he has jets. He has jets, and it's an easy one-play touchdown. As long as I like to put a person there with 95 and up speed. Okay? Whenever I think it's a cover one or any type of man defense. Okay? As long as he's right by him, right there, and you can get an easy one-play touchdown just like that, guys. They don't know if you're going to the right or the left. And you do have this slant by X and triangle going out. Triangle, easy 6 or 7 yards as long as you pick it up. If triangle is covered, X will be open, guys. Right here, go another streak. Look at him just burn him. As long as you have a fast guy, it'll be an easy one-play touchdown. Make sure you put your fastest guy there. We'll run this one more time, and then we'll get into the next play. Man, they just keep leaving that one-on-one over there. Just keep leaving that one-on-one. We also have X too. Okay, that's the first play. Corner out dig. Okay, you don't always have to slant him. You can do him a check and release. Okay, you don't always have to out route that guy to the left. You can do a check and release. Really good play. Let's get into the next play. As you see, we have, okay, I'm gonna bomb these guys real quick. You see, have this R1 route that is it just cooks this player every time for an easy one-play touchdown. I don't care what defense you're in. Let's get into the next play. So this is the play verticals, okay? The only thing we're gonna do is out route triangle to the right, and we're gonna streak square. Our reads are gonna be R1, X, circle, and triangle. Going to the right. R1, X, circle, triangle. Pick up your yards. Now, if you pick the Bills vertical out of this formation, this triangle route is already going to the right, just like this. Okay, the one that I have in here, it's not already done that, so you have to manually do it. But real easy reads, man. R1 against man defense, it's gonna cook its man all the time. Okay, especially if you have a good speedy, good route runner right there. Okay, right here. Just depends on how they're guarding it. You're just going to pick up your yards. You have so many different things to do in this scheme, guys. R1, X, triangle. And if you're just going to keep picking up your yards until they use her. When they use her this stuff, you have another setup that you can do. R1, X, triangle. And I missed them. Have another setup. That's the cover 2 right there. You can squeeze that in right there. But you just got to notice stuff like that. Okay. Streak route right here. Another streak. Another easy one-play touchdown. R1, X. I like X right here. I could have waited for circle, but that's my next read. That's my next read after R1. X. Look at circle. Look at circle. Usually we don't get that, but just that's our last reads. Really, really simple reads. Really, really simple reads. It should be a one-play touchdown. And depending on what type of man defense they're playing, if they're playing man right here, by the time you get to this, look at this. Circle is an easy one-play touchdown. You know. Now the second setup is we're just going to slant that circle receiver. Okay? And we're just going to do a high-low read between R1 and circle. That's it. R1 and circle. Which one is going to be open first? R1 or circle. Make sure you can still send that running back out to the right. Make sure you streak. And if it's any type of man defense, you can always go to this, what's the name? You can always go to that triangle running back out of the backfield. So this is the test the user play here. He's going to grab whichever one he grabs, you go to the opposite. Okay? He grabs that circle, you go to that R1. He grabs that R1, you go to that circle. If he somehow has a defense that's picking up everything, you go to this triangle route. Simple, simple, simple as that. Look at that triangle. I don't care. Okay. Alright. I do care. I do care. Circle. It's just everything. It's just a nice scheme. And if they're pressing, you have that fast receiver, one-on-one coverage. Just like this. So we still have that fast receiver. Still have him able to get out there and possibly get a one-play touchdown on these guys. This is the play bench pivot. Streak that square receiver, slant the circle receiver. Your reads going to the right are going to be X and R1. If X is not open, R1 is going to be open. I like to run this one in the red zone on the 5-yard line. Okay? Always going to be open. That R route is a killer. Okay? And that X route, you have to look for it downfield. Okay? You know what type of defense they're calling. Yeah, everything was covered. R1 was late. Okay, we gotta go with X, man. Depending on what type of defense they're calling, sometimes that X route gets open. But if that X route is not open, that R1 is going to be open, guys. Like X. See how he got bumped? He'll get open. He'll get open. Sometimes he just gets open. It's really glitchy route. They try to bump him sometimes. And if he's not open, that R1 route is open. If R1 sometimes is covered, which he's never is, unless they have like a hard flat or something over there, you can hit that square route. That one I shouldn't have threw that pass, but if it's man defense right here, you always have this circle receiver open as well. If you got issues with them gravitating towards that circle, always got that drag route. Send the drag in there. Get that drag in there. That drag in there. Hopefully they'll block. It's a really nice play. Hey, we gotta hit this X. Bump me funny. There you go. Bump me funny. Bump me funny. I really like that X route. Look at that. Look at that X route. Yep. It's a really great play. Show you guys how good this is up here. Look at that. 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 They have to use that, but they'll probably use that circle, man. They'll use that circle. They'll go with that circle going across. As long as you don't run it a lot. long as you don't run this a lot, they'll always chase that circle receiver first. It'll be an easy touchdown for you, man. Easy. You see what I do for you guys? You see? You see, man. You see. Simple, simple, simple. Let's get to the next play. So this is the next play, mesh spot. Real simple, easy play. You have two drag crossing routes, whatever you want to call them. And I usually just look to see if it's a zone or a man defense. I don't do anything. Sometimes I do actually slant square. But in zone plays, I look for this circle receiver. Okay? If it's man defense, I'll look to either one side for either one of those routes. Down one. See? Real simple that. But I really don't go to those routes like that X route. See how it takes a long time to develop? I don't really go to the X or the triangle. The triangle route, if I know it's man defense, that triangle route, you can usually beat them, okay? But that was a zone defense, but I usually don't get that far with the reads. Zone defense, I like to hit this circle. Utilize this scheme to destroy your opponents one by one. Yep, I'm outie, but I'll be back.